My name is Mike Porter. Music was always in my house. I grew up with the little yellow and orange Mickey Mouse and Golden Book records and books. My mother played piano, my dad played piano. Junior high school, band, clarinet, sax, flute. All my life I had wanted to be a pilot, so that's why I went to school to do that. And somewhere along the way I figured out being married and being a pilot was not the thing to do, so I went to my next favorite love, which was music. Did research, found out back in 1973 about Belmont's program, and transferred from Auburn University out of pilot flight school to music. Everything in the career led from Belmont. The program at that time was just a Bachelor of Business Administration with a concentration in music business, which has changed now to actually engineering. But very fortunate of the local industry participation with Belmont, and my electronics instructor was chief engineer at CBS Studios, who was good friends with the chief engineer at Woodland, and a position came open while I was still in school and got recommended to go over there, so I worked part-time at Woodland in the maintenance department. Moved to Nashville to be a recording engineer, but migrated over to tech. It's been varied, and I think I've probably come back full circle from was chief engineer for a while at Woodland, as were several people. Woodland's a really good learning field for a lot of people in Nashville. Went to Soundstage as tech director there for a number of years, and because of a client there with special needs of many tracks for recording, Nashville became a stronghold for the Mitsubishi 32-track machine. There were more of those in Nashville than anywhere else in the world. And at that point, they had no service here in Nashville. And through an odd chain of events, I became the service manager for Mid-America for Mitsubishi, which led to sales, which I never expected to do. So I became a sales engineer, which led to 11 years at Sony in technical sales. Then until now, there was a mismatch of things in there. I spent some time with Sadie, the audio workstation company out of England, and worked for a little period of time in the second iteration of Quantigy as their product manager for hard disks. And now I have my own company, which is not really audio related. It's much higher frequency, radio frequency work, but still do work in the industry for people with their PCs, do some IT support work, and big involvement with the Audio Engineering Society. Probably the big break was the instructor at Belmont, and that was where it all started right there. And then just developing relationships and developing a good reputation, that one thing just led for another. I tell people my kids have had more experience looking for a job than I have. It was always people came looking for me, which was nice, but that's changed somewhat over the years too. Well, a really big part, and you'll find this for a lot of people that were in the early days of Belmont, was Robert Malloy, Bob Malloy, who started that program, and he was the mentor and took everybody under his wing, and he's the one that really got that program running. So that was a big part of, major part of why I'm here. Well, there's quite a few, some from the technical side, some from sales side. Being a tech guy, we like to be able to do the things that nobody else gets to do. So I've had experiences of spending the night at Disneyland, working on a project overnight at Epcot, to things about, we were in a session at Woodland one time, and there was a machine that had been brought in. It was a 3M machine, which is one that there weren't too many of those in Nashville. And it had no way to fire the Dolby noise reduction package. So the engineer on the session, who was a good friend of mine, Rick McAllister, drew up a schematic for what he wanted to do. While they went to dinner, I etched a circuit board, populated it, built it, and had it ready to go to interface in a matter of an hour and a half for that. And that was one of those really nice moments that happens. It's the professional organization which I feel led to be a part of. I've got good friends in the industry, and it's a great organization here in Nashville in particular that is such a give-back community, because a lot of us, as I said before, Belmont was a big part of that, and now there's MTSU and SAE, Art Institute, Nashville State, all those. And Nashville Pro people of our age feel led to give back, because we were given breaks early on, and this is a way for us to contribute back to the community. Two things in particular. One is, when you're in class, look around who's sitting to your left and your right, and they're your competition. So don't ever rest on your laurels. Continue to be educated throughout your career. Some of the best engineers that I know are constantly in a state of learning and researching about their industry. And number two, you will find yourself, even as a student, you're going to find yourself in some you'll be in the inner circle, so to speak, and you will be entrusted with some information that you need to hold dear to your heart, because that will be a career ender if you do the wrong thing. And I'm particularly thinking about the moment while I was a young guy at Woodland, and the very well-known female artist came up to me and said, "Here's my home phone number. Call my husband, tell him to come pick me up." And that information doesn't go any further than that. So you're entrusted with valuable information and treated as a professional. My name is Mike Porter, and I'm a member of AES Nashville.